Good morning and about to be afternoon. Welcome to Options Center. It is Thursday, May 9th, 2024. We're going to do a little bit of maintenance today. I don't think the market's going to do a whole lot, but I have to show you exactly what I'm thinking. Could there be a top end right now? Yes. Did I think yes? 2 days ago? Yes, but we made a new high. So let's go ahead and describe what I think has changed here, and not a whole lot in the long run. We could still look for these targets. I will, if price goes a little bit higher into our time relationship on Monday. If you've been watching these videos, you know that we have on 5/13 we have a time relationship, and we're looking to see where price is at that point. Okay, and that's not to say that the market can't sky or tank tomorrow. These are just things that we can control in order to use as a reference while the market is unpredictable. Those are the things that we can control. Okay, so now, on the daily time frame, by the way, if you're new here, go down to that bottom right hand corner, hit that Options Center logo and subscribe. And thank you everyone for all the likes and all the help that we've gotten to get the word out in this channel. Okay, so right now we're using this top. This is a good top at this point. Now on the daily time frame, this is a good opportunity to teach something. We don't have a close yet. So if this is a nice big doji that closes back underneath this trend line, right now we're over it, then this is all a valid picture. Okay, I know that technicians are made fun of and things like that, but we can easily, we're trying to get these 2 points right here. So the top here, and we have room to actually move this up. So technically we can adjust this to around wherever this top is, and I believe still have 2 touches there. Okay, so that would in turn, if this is the actual top and maybe there's a point or two above that, I think we're getting near, I think we're at a critical point, then I just have to know that I have to just adjust my charts, because if this is the reversal here, now we have adjusted bottom of the channel. That's our one possibility. But we have this beautiful horizontal, and I love horizontal supports and resistances. I think they're the most valuable. They don't move. They don't adjust with time like these do. So this one hasn't changed. This will be a good valid spot to see some sort of reaction. And then if we break down from here, we know where it continues. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And then on the lower time frame, I'll show you if we move up just a couple more points, that actually changes the storyline a little bit, and I will consider this more of a flat pattern. Okay, and that makes me lean more towards this is simply a correction, and we go to new highs. I know it's only a couple points, but the 786 is actually still part of that golden zone, and we're still at the 786 right now. Okay, the retracement from this move here. So that's very important. A few points can make a difference between this being a flat pattern and this still being a 1-2 setup. A 1-2 for much deeper 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that's what the market does. It tries to confuse you, but either way, we'll still be looking for the same outcomes. We've been talking about our 2 scenarios that we're looking at. If price action goes just a little higher into Monday, I will change my mind frame a little bit to think that this could be a flat pattern. And so that makes this flag, we'll move this, we'll adjust this to the top, wherever the top may be. We don't have a confirmation that this is a top. So it could be a couple points higher. We'll adjust the flag and we'll look for also, let's see, let's put it on, we'll put it on this one as being the expanded ending diagonal, and we'll take the top here. If the price, and we'll do this anyway, but our mind frame, we'll say you take the top of the last move. This is wave, in this case, this is wave A. Put it down there, and we're going to look for if it gets up there, which will be about 521. I think the 89% retracement is. So we'll kind of predict, we'll put it right about the 521. It'll be right there. All right, let me get rid of all of these other extensions and really just focus on the 100% being very symmetrical. Now, even if it is a flat pattern, the C wave can be all the way down to the let me leave it on here, the 1618 is still a possibility. But now this one becomes a little bit more valid. That would be symmetrical, that where A equals C. All right. So in this scenario where we can still, I doubt price will get down here if we move up to that 89%, I'm rounding, 89% retracement. I would be considering this more of a flat pattern. So this one would be a very valid spot, much more valid than we thought before. If this is a 1-2 setup, there's no way that price will stop here. We're going down to this 470 area and testing the 200, and then we'll have to see if the bounce happens or not. This is much more probable. We get such a deep retracement up here, and now we're starting to talk about a double top. Can this still be a 1-2 setup? Absolutely. But our mind frame has to just say, hey, maybe this is a little bit more bullish than we had anticipated. And so we'll be looking for this being our first stop here. Okay, and make sure you stick around for the 65-minute. I want to show you up close, where our target is and why I think we could be there. Notice that on the daily time frame, this is a very important cluster here. This is a 513. This is Monday on the daily time frame. This matters. Okay, the next one is not until 528. So there's a few weeks in between before we even have another time reference on the daily time frame. I know that I'll make a new ratio when we get our top in, but for now, this is all that we have. All right, so this would look a little bit more like this. And this is our bullish scenario, you guys, where this is a wave 4. And I'm not saying that this is the end of it. It's possible we could still get way down here to the 470. I think that's more likely for ending diagonal to have a deeper retracement. Just know that this is our first stop. We have to abide by this. We have to appreciate the 490 could be a good area. And this, to go back, would just be a flag. If right in this 490 area, look at that. 490, and we have our support right here. So this is a good zone. All right, this is a learning channel. Okay, so I'm taking you through how I have to look at the market. I'm a trader. I trade full time. This is what I have to look at every single day. So if this is not for you, if you're saying, oh my gosh, he's changing every single day, whether we're going up or down or deeper or lower, if you are not doing this, you will never trade on your own. This is not every trader, whether you have 100,000 subs or more, has to go through these processes in order to trade. And you'll see that they can be wrong, but they have really valid points. And anyway, I'm rambling on. So right now we have our triangle. I mentioned this yesterday. the triangle could hold too. That would be very shallow. That would be very bullish. That would be a wave 4 triangle. Now, we would be looking for an A, B, C, D, maybe all the way up here, D, E, and then a move up. That would be a triangle. Okay? Now, the breakdown of this trend, and you see these 2 points here, the breakdown of this would confirm that we move further. Now, this would be our next point. We break down from this channel, and now we're talking about all the way down to 470 with some bumps in between, but that would be our next target after that. All right. And just to validate whether it's an impulse or not, now you got to, when we get down here, do we get a bounce, rejection, and even lower price? That would be a 5-wave move down. All right. And some people would still be able to argue that this would be an A, B, and then they see 5 waves down, B, a C. So there's going to be argument no matter what. Speculation on, but we'll take that into account. All right, with Elliott Wave, we'll take that into account all the time as we do these videos. So make sure you hit that notification button because we do these videos often, so we can teach and so we can just follow what my eyes can see. It's all for free. We're in the Discord, the free Discord, the options guy too. Just chit-chatting around, a little bit more involved in there right now. There's some people that are really interacting, and I really appreciate those guys and gals. And so we'll do what we can to help. All right. So let's go over to the VIX. Move to the daily board. Daily trend is our friend. All right, so right now, if we take the 2 points lower here, then volatility has a little bit lower to go, and that would be the last gap fill as well. We have a little bit of a gap right here. That's our last gap. We filled the gap yesterday, this larger one. Could that be it? Yes. Between today, tomorrow, and Monday, that gap could be filled. I have a feeling now that price is just grinding to the upside. So let's go ahead and go straight over to SPY on the 65. Okay, 65. And we use the 65-minute candles, so we have equal candles during the trading day. We have 6 instead of 6.5. Okay, now this is what I really want to key in on. You see, I took away the flag, and I'm going to have to redraw it. But really, our whole point here is, I think we're in this critical area. We have to look. Can I move it up here? Absolutely. I think it barely touches here. You see the top here? And, okay, let me just right on the top here. So, yes, this is valid. You have the 2 very tops of the wicks. Now, coinciding with this top here. So that one, were we just a little bit early? It appears so. And can price just kind of overthrow a little bit more right into the top of this wedge again? Do you see that it could crawl up here into Monday? And I'm crawling a little bit higher because we have 521 right here. Notice 521. And that's a top here. Maybe price grinds a little bit up here. That's also on the 65-minute. You got a resistance, just underneath. So this candle breakdown, resistance, support, and resistance, support. So, and a gap over it. So it's obviously important. So you have a place there that price could get to. And ultimately, does it matter if these 2 points touch? This is what you're going to see if and when price goes up. I'm going to leave it the same for this one because all 3 points will match, and I'll just call this a throw over if and when price gets up there. But really, you'll just see somebody just do that, and you'll see it. So it just to be aesthetically, clean. But we're going to leave this. This is the last point that we actually move this line here. And then we'll call it a throw over if price gets over it. I think this is a valid trend line. We have a few touches here. 1, 2, 3, a few rejections here. So when and if we get back up to the top there, I think that's now we'll be looking at some shorter term puts. I took off all my short term ones and repositioned and added onto my longer term puts. Nothing will be before Monday 5/13. It doesn't make sense to me because I think the market is killing your premium, wasting your time, and grinding to the upside. So all these puts that are on for this week are just being, if you're a premium seller, this is your time right now. So you can, if you want to sell out of the money, 525 or higher calls, great. Good for you. Make that money. This is your time. Let's see. Going over to the Elliott wave picture, you see that cluster? That's all 5/13. That's Monday. It's not a coincidence, you guys. So as long as we hold over this 786, then I do think we grind up to this 887 retracement. It's nearly a 90% retracement. It makes sense to me, I think, time-wise and price-wise. But right now, we're still in the 786 territory. I still would dominantly, if we reversed here now into tomorrow, I still think this wave 2, or if we just grind sideways, if we come back a little bit and just literally go sideways into Monday, that's an option too. But this is still wave 2 to me dominantly. Now this changes, like I said, a more dominant situation if we make it up here to this 521.14, exactly that number. I'm going to dominantly consider this a B wave. And the only thing that changes is really we're flipping our dominant daily projection that we're going to get another high, another all-time high before the real sell-off. Okay, so I'm not flip-flopping, but this deep retracement signifies that this is more of a flat pattern where we get an A, B, and a C all the way down to our targets. But we'll still keep both bull and bear scenarios available just in case price fails. Okay, so that's if price gets up here by Monday, you better believe I'm going to have some short-term puts at this point. That'll be a good trigger for us, a good trade setup for us. All right, that's pretty much all I want to cover. For those that are new here, watch yesterday's video, but I do constantly want to show right now, as of right now, this is our primary scenario. Expanded ending diagonal, blow off top. Our initial move down for a 1, a 2 setup, a 1-2 setup. Much lowered prices will adjust what the wave 3 would look like. A bounce and then lower. So we may even test all the way down here in a impulse wave. That would be our primary scenario. And then get a nice bounce somewhere, wherever we get it. A nice bounce and then lower. All right, not in a straight line, not like that's projected there. And this is imminent. This is on the daily time frame. This is imminent that we start to move to the downside. Now, our secondary scenario, and this is a clean chart here, so that's why I'm using this one. We have this 162 extension from all of 2022's retracement. So we hit the 127.2. That was our first target and could be our final target in this scenario. But if we decide that this is a correction, flat pattern, and price wants to go higher, this is our next target, the 561. All right, and this, it's a little bit harder to see, but this would be this scenario here. This is our ending diagonal. That's all of 2022's correction right there. And then we have an ABC for 1, ABC for 2, ABC for 3, ABC for 4, wherever that might be into those time relationships. We won't know until we get closer in time. Could be all the way down. It could come all the way down to crossover wave 1. That would not be unusual for an ending diagonal to cross over wave 1. And then to get new highs. Okay, and that's our 162 projection there, extension from this entire move here. That would be our secondary scenario as of right now. A few points away into Monday will determine how we think about it, but it doesn't affect how we trade this. We're going to trade either way. It doesn't matter what our projections are. We're going to trade either way, the same way. So whether you're bull or bear, you're looking for lower prices. I'll tell you that right now in the near term. All right, so we're just going to add on to our puts going into Monday, and we get all the way up to that 88% retracement, and we'll be all the way into probably some really short-term puts, like a day or two out. Yeah, that's what I got. So thanks for joining us here at Option Center. We'll keep you updated. If tomorrow is just grinding and not doing anything, not sure that I'll put out a video, but as more information comes out, then I'll keep you updated. All right, thanks for joining us here at Option Center. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.